I'm Simon Aronowitz from Get Super Serial, and this is the first edition of Marketing on the Fly. You'll notice I'm looking down a lot because I'm also running a live video production desk. I'm very pleased to say that joining me right now is my co-founder, Mr. Billy Fansler. Hey, Bill.
Morning, Simon.
Good morning. Now, we're going to be doing something new today on our first episode of Marketing on the Fly, and we're going to explain it all by having join us our friend and client, Devin Herz from Dynamic Marketing Consultants. Good morning, Devin.
Great to be here, guys. Looking forward to this.
So it's Friday morning, and right now we will be putting the finishing touches to Devin's Marketing Nugget to go out on Monday morning. But Devin, we found we had a problem yesterday. We emailed a little bit about it, and what was the problem?
Well, we had an awesome guest, actually two guests that were going to be joining us, but a family emergency popped up and delayed our shoot. So we had to think quick and come up with something good for you to deliver on Monday.
And we said to you this morning, we've got it. We've got the nugget for you. All you have to do is turn up and we can get this done in 30 minutes. And we've been streamlining our process with you over the last 2-3 months that we've been working on the nuggets with you. But when we said 30 minutes, you thought, can we really get it done in 30 minutes? As optimistic as you want to be, you're a little bit skeptical, right?
Exactly right. I mean, to be able to knock out a video in 30 minutes would be wonderful.
And the truth is that you don't actually know what we've got lined up for you, which is what we're going to do in the next 30 minutes. So
this is a surprise to me, so we'll see.
So I'm just going to explain. Go for it,
if anybody
Bill.
sees me looking off to the side, that's me pulling up titles and everything, working off, like Simon, working off a separate display here to help run the show. But yeah, I mean, the whole goal of all of this, it's in line with what most business owners want. It's to be able to actually pump out like an effective marketing video that they can put on social media. And a lot of times people end up overthinking it, and that leads to procrastination, and then things just don't get done. So one of our focuses with Devin, and one of the things we've been working on, is trying to actually like turn these out quickly and without like sacrificing quality and effectiveness.
And so that's what we're going to do in this 30-minute session. I see the production clock is at 2 minutes 42. So what we're going to do in this now 27 minutes left remaining is we're going to bring Devin up to speed on what his marketing nugget for 3 days' time is going to be. We've got it all laid up in our production suite, but he doesn't know what we've got laid out except for a little bit of homework that we gave him an hour ago. And we're going to rehearse him on it, and we're going to record it. And within 30 minutes, we are going to be done. Excellent. So Devin's probably curious to know exactly what do we have for the nugget, but we already know you're going to be in agreement with this. So Billy, why don't you tell him what his nugget's going to be for Monday?
Yeah, so 3 ways to stop procrastination and get up your social media video. Kind of what we're doing right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's do it.
So we got a list of 3 things. We've worked it out. As I said, we know that you're going to agree with all 3. Because we've been doing it, and we've got great examples from what you've been doing, Devin, that illustrate it. So I can't remember what order the list is in, Bill. You're going to have to remind me. I've got to write them down and bring the videos up correctly.
Yeah. So number 1 is, I'm drawing a blank. Number 1 is making a list. So these are 3 ways to stop procrastinating and getting your social media video up. So number 1, making a list. Number 2 is,
and we should say that's making a list of ideas or titles for your videos.
Correct.
Right. So planning in advance and having a go-to list where you've already kind of thought about the theme and you know what you're going to knock out. Having a list in advance. So yeah, Billy, what's number 2?
Yeah. Number 2 is to tell a story. And telling a story makes it easy to, like, the story actually does some of the heavy lifting on the actual content of the video, opposed to having to sit there and come up with original content. You know, telling a story just makes it easier. And so number 3 is...
we should explain, as far as tell a story, try and have some kind of lesson in there, some golden nugget, have a marketing nugget in there, some value, some takeaway that someone can take from that. And we have one of your nugget videos, Devin, is an example of that.
Right.
You're probably thinking, really? I told a story? You did. Okay. And we'll show you the footage because we're going to rehearse this through before we actually do the take. Number 3, Bill?
Is bringing on a guest. We've done that numerous times.
Because as you know, Devin, when you've had a guest on, the content kind of carries itself. Sometimes time gets away from you, right? You got such a great guest that we were at 24 minutes or something with the most recent one. But you know that if you can book a great guest and talk about what they're doing, you can put your own spin on it. You can find the gold in what they're doing and present that as a lesson for other people. And just, you've got that extra energy. I mean, how many, you listen to podcasts, you watch videos, we all listen to podcasts, and the ones that there are some, like Billy listens to a lot of comedians, and it's only really comedians that can go for an hour or 2 hours on their own. But even then, a lot of them need a foil. Like Jimmy Dore very rarely does a show on his own. He has his wife and various other guests there to keep him going. Either that or he needs material. So those are your 3 things, Devin. Number 1, make a list. Number 2, tell a story. And number 3, bring on a guest. And what was the homework that we gave you an hour ago to do?
So I started off with just building a list of about, I think I came up with about 14 ideas for content for my DMC Marketing Nugget.
Yeah. So we're going to use that as a visual to show people, because you know, we're big fans in making videos better and using B-roll. So we've got clips for 2 and 3. And for the first one, we have the visuals that we can bring up on screen. So we've kept it tight. There's only 3 points for you to remember and riff off, which I think makes it easier for you as well. And we've got the lower third set up already. But the first one, remember, is make a list. And I think you know how to sell that and talk about that. Number 2, tell a story. So I'll tell you the story that we have, and we'll show you the clips, is when you went scalloping. You said, I've got to get out of here. I'm going scalloping. And I said, shoot a video, because it's so easy to do at the same time. So you did shoot a video. It was about taking risks and doing something for the first time. So we have a couple of clips from that. And then number 3, in terms of bring on a guest, we've got a compilation of you introducing your various guests, including your dad. Because it doesn't matter if it's an easy win. It made it easy for you. You had your dad on, and you even said, you know, it was Father's Day, so you had your father on. It was your first guest on the DMC Nugget back in, what was that, June of 1876, because 2020 has been the longest year ever.
Something like that.
Yeah. So if I just bring up the visuals to show you, so I need to make sure that I don't mute my audio when I do this. The joys of doing it live. So take off follow audio on all 3. Right. So I can narrate this as I bring us up on screen now. So here's the visual that we'll have of you, Devin, with your notebook. And then we have a zoomed in one where we can see the list a little bit clearer.
Excellent. Can we do a hard stop here? Because I'm not seeing anything.
You're not seeing anything. Oh, let me change. So that
there is no stopping. There is no stopping.
Oh, it said marketing on the fly. Doing this for the first time, we're going to have a couple of minor audio or video glitches because we're recording as we go. When you see the finished product, you don't know what goes into it, but we've spent a long time.
Yeah, we've done plenty of shows, but this is our first show within a show.
And the first time that we've been on camera as well. So, so there's the big one, and there it is again, and then we can blow it up, and you can actually see some of the items on the list. So when it comes to talking about this, Devin, as we bring the list up on the screen, you'll only need to talk about the first 2 or 3 on the list. As I'm looking at it here, the marketing calendar. Number 2 is how to create easy marketing videos, which is what your nugget will be for Monday, right? So you can actually reference that and say, that's this video, number 2. And then number 3 might be how to set yourself up as an authority. And actually, again, by doing this video, you can say that I'm setting myself up as an authority on how to do marketing videos. So I wouldn't go any further than those first 3. And it will be up on the screen. So if you can see it on the screen now, if you can remember, make a list, and you know that, and you might even implicitly remember the first 3 in your head. And just riff on them for a little bit. So there you go. So that's number 1. And we've got a lower third for that, right? Number 1, make a list.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So number 2 is tell a story. So let me show you that clip now. And we're not going to do this picture in picture or side by side. We'll have you introduce the clip and we'll bring it straight up full screen.
Okay.
So this is you telling a story.
Welcome to another Monday Marketing Nugget, and today I'm scalloping for the very first time. I get some time out of the office, and I get to enjoy nature and do something that I've never done before, and hopefully at the end of the day I'll be eating some yummy fresh scallops. My wife showed me up. She caught a lot more scallops than I did, but I got my share, and I'm excited to go tear into those tonight and have some yummy scallops for dinner, fresh on the barbecue. I'll tell you, I got started in the restaurant and nightclub business, and I saw so many businesses go under. They kept the same menu, they kept the same decor, but the ones that survived and thrived were the ones that were always changing and evolving. So think about how you can do that in your business.
So the idea is that, I mean, I'm not quite sure I would tell a story. You can say, I did it. Here's a quick example. That's a 40-second clip. So I think don't belabor the telling a story too much. Say, here's an example that I shot a few weeks ago. Let the clip play and then riff after it. Otherwise, it's going to be more difficult to see where to bring that clip in.
Okay.
And then number 3 is the guest compilation. This clip is a similar length, but I mean, I smiled as I played it back. I think you will as well. It's about 45 seconds. So again, bring on a guest.
So today we're going to bring in a special guest. It's our first guest on our Monday Marketing Nugget, my father, John D. Herz. So welcome, John. I want to welcome to the Nugget today, best-selling author for the book titled Rock the Recession. Welcome, Jonathan Slane.
Hey, let's rock, Devin.
All right, let's do it, Jonathan. So, welcome, Greg. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you, Devin. Appreciate you guys having me.
And I'm just excited to have on our show today Kurt Dunbar, who is the owner of Bay City Cabinets, CEO of Creative State, Greg Zalkin. We welcome you, Greg.
Thanks for having me.
So, and at the end of that, you say, it opens up doors. It makes it much easier. You can riff as little or as much as you want. You can say, Kurt does cabinets. He's a local celebrity. You got people who are voices of stadiums. They run grassroots marketing. You got people who run podcasts. People want an audience. They want to be able to share what they have. You need an idea, right?
And so how much easier is it for you to shoot a video when you have a guest, Devin? Like, I mean, the nuggets we've done without a guest versus the ones that we've had a guest.
Yeah, no, it's been a joy to have guests on the show, and it has made things easier. Of course, you now have to learn how to be a host and communicate when you're doing video screen shares. It's just it's a learning experience, and we're always trying to improve. So it's been fun, and just watching from where we started off to where we are today, it's been pretty eye-opening.
Yeah. But the advantage of having a guest is you don't really have to script anything except for your sign-offs or your openings. You don't have to think, which is why when we were thinking about this is the first time we're going to do it in 30 minutes, we wanted to keep it a little bit more simple for you. So we said we'll stick it to 3 simple ideas. I mean, a lot of people can remember 5 things, but if you try to remember 5 things for a single take, because we want to try and do this in a single take, we think that if we've got these 3 things, number 1, make a list, number 2, tell a story, and number 3, bring on a guest. I mean, I'm not even sure if you need to write those down, but do you want to write those down so you remember the order they run in?
I think the brain cells can remember those 3 things. So,
okay, so there's our 3 clips. This is pretty straightforward. We're up to 14 minutes on the production clock.
Okay, I'm in the hot seat.
I think we've got 15. I said we've got 16 minutes left. So, do you want to rehearse it through once and then let's go for a take?
I'm down to do whatever you guys recommend. I'm ready to fly.
Okay, so Bill, if you want to take off our lower thirds, and then we'll try a quick rehearsal with Devin's lower thirds.
Yeah, there you go.
And do you want to just do like a technical rehearsal, Devin, or do you want to try and the whole talk through?
I'm ready to try the whole talk through. It's supposed to be on the fly, so let's see if we can do it.
Well, let's go for a take then. How about that?
Let's go for it.
You ready, Billy?
Give me 1 sec. Got it. Ready.
Okay. Let's see if our technical wizardry will cut the mustard.
Let's see it.
Okay, so first thing is, Devin, actually, we should probably rehearse this with you, at least the opener, right?
Mhm.
And then let's at least talk it through. So we've got the pre-open.
Right.
What would you say on the pre-open before we go for this?
Right. So welcome to another episode of the DMC Marketing Nugget. Today we're going to discuss how you can stop procrastinating and put out videos quickly.
I think actually even shorter, because didn't you open the last one with on this week's episode rather than welcome to another? I think you do that when we come back from the intro.
Then it goes into the intro. Yeah.
Okay.
See, I think you should hit them with how many of you struggle to put out procrastination. That's the killer for all these entrepreneurs. So how many of you guys struggle to get out your marketing videos on social media, something like that?
In fact, if you're watching this video right now, you're thinking, damn, I wish I had it in me to be able to do that. Well, on this week's episode, we're going to tell you how to solve that with 3 quick ideas. Something like that. You want to rehearse that through one time, Devin, or?
I like to just let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it. We'll cut this part out.
Yes.
No, we're not. We're going to keep it right in there. What are you talking about?
Well, if we're going to keep this in here, Devin, we kind of forgot to explain why is it that we're doing the nuggets? Like, what was the whole idea of doing the nuggets in the first place?
I mean,
what's the goal of the nuggets?
I mean, consistent video to stay relevant, to stay out there, provide good information to business owners to help them out.
Yeah. And I mean, we've been doing it for about, I'd say like 3 months now, right? And I mean, you've even mentioned to us that people are seeing the videos, even your existing clients are seeing the videos and letting you know that, like, yeah, man, it's cool. You're in front of us all the time, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's not always about getting likes and people commenting. It's amazing how many people actually watch this without hitting the like button or commenting.
Right.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go for this.
Have you been procrastinating putting out good marketing videos? If you're like me, it's been hard to get in front of the camera and consistently put out good video. On today's episode, we're going to share with you 3 tips on how you can produce simple videos. Thanks for joining us on this week's DMC Marketing Nugget. All right, so today's going to be an interesting one. We always want to try to bring things that are current and touch on real issues that business owners are having, and putting out good, solid content is definitely tough. So today we're going to have a couple guests joining us who helped me put together the DMC Marketing Nugget, held my feet to the fire, and helped me put out weekly videos to help my business. We welcome Simon and Billy.
So, Devin, when we're not actually guests on your show today.
Okay.
It's just you going for it. I thought like, you know how to get this, you know how to intro it, you've got your 3 points, you're going to hit them all right. And they were like, what do you mean you're bringing us on as guests?
I thought that's what you guys were talking about.
No. We're helping you do your regular deal.
Okay. Shit. All right. So writing a list. Are you not? All right. So you're not bringing up, all right.
You get it now.
Writing a list, telling a story, and yep, I got it. And bringing on guests. Writing a list, tell a story, bringing on guests. Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, but this is what we should have said. Of course, yeah. Well, this is it. This is why I said let's rehearse it first time. We're still only on 23 minutes. I think we can nail this because you said you were going to help. You'd be happy to tease the fact that we've got our new taster offer coming up next week, which is the $97 deal where they can do exactly this, which is we'll spend half an hour with them and help them produce a video. We can get, we'll figure out something that's tight. We've got a good working relationship with you, although clearly we miscommunicated a little something here, which is no, we're not actually guests. You're carrying this one this week as usual. But yeah, so the at the end, if you want to, because it's like one thing that makes it really easy, in addition to these three things, is having a production team like Get Super Serial, where you can do exactly what we've just done here, and you can watch the full thing.
Okay. So my question is that I'm concerned about this. The $97, is that just a foot in the door one-time offer?
Yeah, it's only one sale per customer. Yeah.
Like it's basically this 30-minute session. Like the goal is to do this in 30 minutes.
For this to clients? Because I sure shit, don't want to be putting on $97 offer to my clients.
Why?
Why? Because I want $970, not $97.
Oh, listen, we're not building a Facebook campaign. We're giving the video and they're done. We're not even uploading it for them. We give them the video. That's it. But we'll spend 30 minutes.
But how do you take that and upsell that once they did it once to a $1,000 program? Or I don't know anything about what you guys are.
We're going to give them some advice on you should advertise this. You should actually post it. You should have some compelling copy. Try and string it to something else. We're willing to do that as an add-on, but it's $97 to get the video, which is a lot of people procrastinate over producing the video. So here, get the video. Now, do you want to talk to us about what else to do with it? We're willing to have that conversation with you. We can talk about doing more videos and a more structured campaign, but look how easy it can be to produce a video inside 30 minutes.
See, but what we're doing with the Nugget isn't necessarily a taster video. The Nugget, and I guess we kind of should draw some type of distinction on that, and we really haven't. But with the taster video, we're talking about
I'm down to do 4 $97 videos with you guys a month, and then I just cut my costs by.
Yeah, but this was a one-time deal because we really had this one mapped out, and we think we can do it. Normally, we spend a lot of time, the three of us, talking about what should we put out and in what format, and it's not a 30-minute deal. The amount of time we normally spend producing something, but we want to demonstrate that it with just a little bit of planning, if you can get it right.
What we're trying to do with the taster video is what we're trying to do with the Bay City Cabinets video last week, which is like this quick hit video that is something.
All that stuff that we recorded, right? All the stuff that we recorded before that, is that part of the Nugget or is that part of your advertisement?
Oh, it's part of our advertisement. So the whole 30 minutes is, even if it's us explaining it to you, I don't want to cut anything out. If we run slightly over, well, fine. Our target is 30 minutes or less. So, you remember when at least in the UK, Pizza Hut will give you £1 off if they didn't meet 30 minutes. So, Devin, now that we're saying no, we're not going to be guests on your Nugget. You want to try it again?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Okay.
How many of you have had a hard time putting out consistent videos? Are you procrastinating? I know it's been tough for me to put out videos consistently. And on this week's episode, I'm going to share with you 3 tips on how you can put out simple marketing videos to help your business really succeed. Thanks for joining us on this week's DMC Marketing Nugget. So as business owners and just life in general, things get in the way. And doing your own videos and doing your own marketing seems to be one of the toughest things, at least it has been for me. But since we've been doing the DMC Marketing Nugget, my buddies over at Get Super Serial, who helped me produce this show, are all about trying to be as efficient as possible and putting out good content that doesn't take a lot of your time. So on today's show, I want to share with you 3 tips that are going to help you out with putting out solid business content to help build you as an authority, to really help you stand out, and just overall show that you care about your clients and the viewers that you're putting your show out there for. So the first thing I want you to do is sit down, spend 10, 20, 30 minutes, and write a list of about 10 to 15 topics that you feel that you can write out and have good content for videos. Here's an example right now of the list that I just created. Billy and Simon had me do this drill before this episode, and I literally took 15 minutes out, and I have about 14 solid pieces of content that I can now do video for. So I recommend spend a few times, no matter what you're doing, make sure you write a list so that way you have a goal and you understand exactly what you're going to cover on these videos. Step 2, it's about storytelling. As I continue to learn as a marketing guy, I'm constantly learning new things, always trying to evolve, and being able to tell stories to help sell your services and your products is probably the #1 thing that you should be doing. So to tell a story, you want to make sure that you have some good content, make it really just friendly, and you just let your overall personality shine through. Here's an example of how we told a story on our DMC Marketing Nugget.
Welcome to another Monday Marketing Nugget, and today I'm scalloping for the very first time. I get some time out of the office, and I get to enjoy nature and do something that I've never done before, and hopefully at the end of the day I'll be eating some yummy fresh scallops. My wife showed me up. She caught a lot more scallops than I did, but I got my share, and I'm excited to go tear into those tonight and have some yummy scallops for dinner, fresh on the barbecue. I'll tell you, I got started in the restaurant and nightclub business, and I saw so many businesses go under. They kept the same menu, they kept the same decor, but the ones that survived and thrived were the ones that were always changing and evolving. So think about how you can do that in your business.
Okay, so that seemed authentic. It was real. It was something that was actually going on in my life that I never did before. I don't have my Ferrari and Bentley behind me in my boat to show how amazing I am and the millions of dollars I'm making. It's just me. And I think letting personality shine through just lets people know who you really are and that you do care about them and that you're having some fun with what you do. The next thing I want to bring to the table here is bringing on guests. If you're able to bring on a guest onto your show, it's going to make your content that much easier to deliver. So by bringing on a guest, it can kind of carry the overall conversation and just bring up great points for your audience and just show other perspectives. Here's some examples of guests that we brought on the DMC Marketing Nugget. So today we're going to bring in a special guest. It's our first guest on our Monday Marketing Nugget, my father, John D. Herz. So welcome, John. I want to welcome to the Nugget today, best-selling author for the book titled Rock the Recession. Welcome, Jonathan Slane.
Hey, let's rock, Devin.
All right, let's do it, Jonathan. So, welcome, Greg. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you, Devin. Appreciate you guys having me.
And I'm just excited to have on our show today Kurt Dunbar, who is the owner of Bay City Cabinets, CEO of Creative State, Greg Zalkin. We welcome you, Greg.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so there's examples of how we had guests on our show. And if you watch those episodes, you'll see how the conversation just flows. And of course, you know, we're learning as we go as well. So to me, it's always about improving, delivering great content, helping just stay relevant, right? I mean, we're all getting older, so trying to stay relevant and making sure that we're on the cutting edge of bringing new technologies and strategies to our clients. So I would say those 3 things could really help you build the content that you need for successful marketing videos. So we're going to do you a favor here. My guys at Get Super Serial, Simon and Billy, they have this crazy offer going right now, and we just want to see how many business owners out there want a video. So what we're going to do is you need to block out about 30 minutes of time and jump on this URL here, and for $97, we and Simon and Billy will create an awesome commercial for you, and I highly recommend that you jump on this to try this out. We want to see how many people we can get to jump on board and knock out as many commercials as we possibly can. This is a limited offer at $97. This costs me a lot more to do on a weekly basis, but we're going to just have some nice, short, concise commercials that you can start using on social media, on your website, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. This is going to work well for you. So I highly recommend you jump on that URL right now. Take advantage of this offer. Typically, we don't sell anything from these shows, but we want to try something here and see how this works for you. And ultimately, we want to help you get video content out on a regular basis. So thanks for joining us today on the DMC Marketing Nugget. We hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you right back here next Monday for another one. And be sure to like and share. And please leave comments below if there's anything that you want to hear, anything that you're struggling with in your business. We are here to help as always. Thanks again and have a kick-ass week.
Can't hear you, Simon. I think that's a keeper, though.
Yeah, I didn't rattle off a few of the things on my list, but they got the list there.
Yeah. That was the first time we nailed it in one take, actually.
No, I think we've nailed it before now.
Yeah, we've done pretty. I mean, once we get going, we've done pretty good. Other than a couple little technical glitches and a couple things we wanted to redo. So
yeah, but you actually, that was you had it. You had it. If it's mapped out and it's 3 things, and I mean it's educational for all of us. But there you go. So we're at 35 minutes, but we had a couple of technical hitches because it was the first time we did it. And we had a couple of technical things we had to resolve. But there you go. We got your marketing nugget out basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it doesn't have to always be perfect. I know we strive for perfection, but it's not always about perfection. It's about delivering good content on a regular basis. And, from my recent experience with this, I've just seen the fact that it's not all about likes and people commenting. I've talked to people on a regular basis that I have no clue even seen any of our videos, and they tell me they watched it. Not only do they watch them, but they've told me they watched them from start to finish. So this is working, and it is helping build authority and really helping our business out.
Yeah, and this is, see, we've realized that if you don't overthink it, you just say, listen, what can we put out in 30 minutes? And we thought about it, and it was the perfect storm of, we were short of a nugget for you for Monday, and that we were setting this up, and we've been working on live production for some time, but teasing the new stuff we're doing next week. And I thought, well, we can illustrate how we do it, but for you to sell the key selling points, it was the perfect slot in with your nugget series to be a short hit video of, I've been doing these videos for a while, how do you make it easy for yourself? So it was the perfect meta, if you like. I mean, the only thing that you didn't mention on your nugget, which is kind of understandable, and again, because we didn't rehearse it, was that we're actually doing this within a 30-minute taster session right now. But that's okay. We'll put that in the copy. We'll put it in the status copy.
Put it in the copy. I mean, if you want me to do a sound bite right now or something like that, we could always do that too. It's up to you.
What, like a PS at the end? I don't know. I think it's take it as it is. We'll they say that we'll fix it in post, which is that's the Traveling Wilburys, which was the super band with Jeff Lynne and Roy Orbison and Tom Petty and what was his name? Woodstock guy, Bob, guy with a guitar. What's his name? Permanently on Drugs.
Not Bob.
Sing one of the songs.
Like a Rolling Stone.
Jimi Hendrix.
Okay. Yeah.
No, the Bob Dylan. How does everybody forget Bob Dylan? So Bob Dylan. So they were called the Traveling Wilburys as a supergroup, and they were called the Traveling Wilburys because whatever the mistake was, Jeff Lynne would say, "We'll bury it in the post. We'll bury it in the mix," and it got shortened from "We'll bury it" to the Traveling Wilburys. So there you go. No, we won't bury it in in the mix. But
You
we'll
learn
put
a
it in
nugget
the
every day, Simon. Yeah.
there you go. But we'll put it in the post copy. So there you go. This is the first episode of Marketing on the Fly. You've just seen us take Devin really. Now, Devin, tell the truth. Did you know when we got into this session, when we started recording, did you know what we were going to, what your marketing nugget would be?
I had no idea what we were going to do on today's Marketing Nugget. It's the start of football season, so I was thinking about football and these things, but these guys guided me in the right direction to be able to knock out some good content in about 30 minutes. And now I'm ready to enjoy my weekend while they do their thing and launch this thing on Monday to get some more likes and follows and more content out there to my audience.
And we've got our guest booked for next week to get the following week's nugget out. In fact, we're looking to see if we can have 2 sets of guests lined up next week. So we're playing ahead of time. So
yeah.
So Devin, thank you for joining us. Sometimes Fridays are a little bit stressful where we all want to go off and do things, but we know we want to get the nugget done for Monday. Would you say this is probably the least stressful it's been since we started?
Yeah. I mean, as you get into it and you get used to it, it becomes easier and easier. And these guys, Billy and Simon at Get Super Serial, they definitely make it easier on me. I don't have to think as much about the content. They drive me in the right direction and just make sure that I'm putting out solid content on a regular basis. So overall, it's been a great success.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We hope you've learned something. If you're interested in grabbing a taster video, check out the web address, getsuperserial.com/taster. It is limited to 1 per customer, so you can't keep coming back for more. Unfortunately, we hope you want to, but we'd be glad to talk to you about other things that we can do. Devin, again, happy Friday, happy football, fishing, scalloping, something outdoors this weekend, I'm sure. Yeah.
Relax.
Billy as well, and me. Well, I'm going to go spend some time with my nieces and nephew. So everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.